Good morning. Happy Vlogmas Day 2. This is Margot from She's Still Not Your Mama, having my coffee before dawn in my beautiful Mary Engelbright Joy mug. This is a new brand of coffee the algorithm recommended to me, and I succumbed. I am loving it. It's called Kahawa 1893. I'm making sort of the lightest blend right now. It's caramelly and smooth. I haven't tried these other ones yet. They're whole bean coffee, so you can see my coffee grinder back there, but highly recommend. And there's my Christmas tree. I just love this time of year. Before the sun comes up, looking at my Christmas tree through my kitchen. Just love it. I'm just so happy with it. I've got some turkey chili cooking in the Instant Pot on slow cook. Turkey stock left over from Thanksgiving. I'll see how it goes. Good morning. Vlogmas Day 2. Got a little more sleep last night, so that's good. I just placed a Starbucks order. Dropped my son off at school. Now I'm running a few errands before my workday starts. This is my mom's car, so I might take her car to get washed. I get her car washed like once a week. And so I have December, like, I don't know if you guys have this, but this time after Thanksgiving, it's very difficult to get back to work mode, isn't it? But I do have some work I have to get done this week, and I'm traveling for work a couple times this month before Christmas. So I have to prepare for that. I travel a lot for my job. I work from home most of the time, and then I travel probably like a third of the time. And yeah, I have kind of a long trip coming up actually. So I have to plan how I'm going to make that work, and I'll sort of share some of the things my travel tips, work travel tips, if you're traveling this holiday season and are looking for ways to kind of stay on track, stay healthy, all those sorts of things. So yeah, kind of a normal work day, but also kind of not, because, you know, Christmassy things are going up. You saw I have my tree on early this morning, which I love having the tree in the house. I really do. And so kind of, you know, not that exciting a day. It's gorgeous. Winter in San Diego is kind of strange. I'm a native San Diegan. We lived on the East Coast for about a decade. So yeah, it's a little weird here. It's either, first of all, the temperature fluctuates wildly. It's in this morning was the mid 40s when I got up and was making that coffee and putting the chili in the crock pot, which I cannot wait, or the Instant Pot. And this is actually my first time using the slow cooker function on the Instant Pot. I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, like mid 40s in the morning. And then it's supposed to get up to the mid 70s by like noon or 1 o'clock. So layers, we've got to do lots of layers. And then, I mean, it's beautiful. It is really beautiful. It's sunny. The palm trees are sparkling. So it's either this or it's torrential rain. So we have this, and then we have a long spell. Last year was a long spell of extremely serious rain, which we need, but we are not really well prepared for, because we've had long spells of drought here, and it doesn't rain that much, you know. So San Diegans and Southern Californians in general, we don't tend to have like raincoats and even umbrellas. We forget to bring our umbrellas. And I have rain gear, but that's because I travel to other parts of the state that are rainier. And so I have rain boots and all of that, different weights of raincoats for whatever time of year it is. But most people here don't have that. So I'm going to try to get outside today. I don't know if I will get to, because it is going to be kind of a busy work day. But we'll see. I wanted to suggest, for my book recommendation for Vlogmas Day 2, I wanted to suggest a work of fiction that I read this year that I really loved. Really loved. If you are looking for a great novel to settle in with this winter, or if you have a fiction lover in your life that you're trying to think of ideas to get them books, I'm the person. You're going to get books. All my nieces and nephews, like everybody, just you're getting books. You're going to get books, and I'm not sorry about it. I love buying books for people. One of my first jobs was in a bookstore, as a matter of fact. So anyway, I want to recommend a book called Horse. The author is Geraldine Brooks, and we read this for my neighborhood. I belong to a little neighborhood book club, and we read it. I think it was the first book that we read this year. Absolutely loved it. It takes place, there are 3 storylines, and they take place at different points in history. And so you're following all of them kind of concurrently. And they all have something to do with the art world, which I, as an art historian and a historian, I love. It's in that way, it's similar to, there's a couple of novels that do that. The one that I'm thinking of that I think is another great example, little bonus book recommendation, I guess, is The Great Believers by Rebecca Mackay, which also has to do with the art world, and also that one has 2 storylines, I think. 2 different points in history. This one has 3. And it's just a fascinating story. There's lots of real history mixed in, I think, and it's done very, very well. And it's a super compelling story about a painting of a horse and the history of the horse. And then through the history of the horse, we learn all about the young man who took care of the horse and trained the horse, and it's just amazing. It's a wonderful book. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it is a really, really compelling story with wonderful little real history Easter eggs, history that I was not aware of. So I really enjoyed, as a name came up, like, oh, I wonder if that's a real person, and go and look up who that person is. I love doing that. Maybe that's not your thing, but I love that. So the book is Horse by Geraldine Brooks, and I'm going to try to find. I was going to try to find something, that brings me joy today. I think that's going to be our challenge. My challenge for Vlogmas is every single day, let's find something that brings us joy. Put it in our little joy bank, because we're going to need it, I think, in the coming years. So, honestly, for me this morning, it is just this beautiful morning. The older I get, the more blown away I am by the tremendous fortune and privilege that I have to be from this place, but also to live here. Especially in California, most people can't afford to live where they grew up, sadly, anymore. And those of us who do, it's because, we're benefiting from what's called generational wealth, where our families have, bought property. And so, we get to stay. But anyway, I just feel so lucky to be here right now. And I am I'm kind of looking forward to my travel. It's odd. I don't think I traveled for all of November. Is that true? I think oh no, I did. I'm blocking out all the travel I did for the election. Funny how our minds do that, right? But after the election, I did not travel. I travel a lot. I have a very kind of politicsy sort of job, and I always volunteer when there's an election to knock on doors, do phone calls and stuff like that. And so I always do a little bit of traveling, even if it's fairly local, traveling around an election. But I didn't travel after that in November. And so it's been a spell since I've been on the road. And so I'm kind of looking forward to it. Interesting. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I'm just realizing, like, I'm kind of getting kind of a little itchy to get back on the road. And because I do like traveling, and I've always traveled for work. So yeah, it's just I do like it. I try to, when I travel, explore where I am if I can. I don't always get a chance, but yeah, I've got some. I got to go up to Northern California for about almost a week, and then I have a trip in Southern California here. So you guys will come along with me on that. Anyway, what's bringing you joy today? And if you have book recommendations, I am all ears. Please share them. Oh, I've got to get a haircut too before I go. Oof. I'll have to squeeze that in somehow. Anyway, take care, everybody. Find some joy today, and I'll see you tomorrow. There's just something magical about going through an automated car wash, or is it just me? It gives me a lot of memories of spending time with my dad. My dad was very into cars, which I'm not, but he loved cars. And gosh, this year is going to be 20 years since we lost him. And this always reminds me of when I was a little girl. We would go and get the car washed on the weekends, and sometimes we'd get to go to Dairy Queen afterwards, and I always enjoyed that. Okay, I admit it, I caved. I got Starbucks for breakfast. I usually cook my own breakfast. I promise I do. But today I just could not. I have the worst case of the Mondays, you guys. So this is I got a matcha latte with oat milk. Even though, as you saw, I had, and maybe you can't tell in the video, but that mug, that Joy mug from Mary Engelbright is giant. I had 2 of those, and I still need more caffeine. So I got this is a small, or whatever, the smaller one. And I got the egg white bites. So, I mean, I'm trying to make good choices. And I wanted to show also, I switched, I don't know, are you guys, I am leaning so hard into holiday mode this year. It reminds me of that song from the Auntie Mame musical, which I think is just called Mame. Auntie Mame is one of my favorite movies of all time, but the musical I could take or leave. But I love that song about we need a little Christmas. That is how I feel. And so I switched to my holiday handbag, and I mean, I never use these things, but this year I'm like all in. So I went and I got the holiday hand sanitizer thing, and I even switched my planner. I have my Christmas planner. I don't know if you maybe probably haven't seen this before, but yeah, so my planner is in holiday mode, and maybe I'll do a flip through of that for one of these videos. But anyway, because I really seriously, like, I literally have to be like carrying Christmas around with me everywhere I go because. So, so when I talk about like things that are bringing me joy, this is bringing me joy today, to have this little touch of Christmas as I go around my day. And yeah, I'm going to say it. This little matcha latte is going to bring me joy. The breakfast, I don't know, remains to be seen. But I'm excited. The fact that I have this like chili brewing back in the house. Yes, I'm leaning so hard into the holidays. Like even the little Christmassy Starbucks cup. Oh, yes, more of this.